Here's a piece of good news for you. This is an absolutely terrific time to start working as a freelance illustrator. So I'll tell you this, if you have reasonable skills as an illustrator, as an artist, if you're motivated to be successful, if you can do some marketing activities on a regular basis, not go crazy with them, I think it is highly likely that you can have a career as a successful illustrator. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why being an illustrator now, starting out a freelance career or springing into illustration, why this is a great time. Reason number 1, illustration is everywhere. There is more demand for illustration and illustrators in the world today, more products being illustrated, more brochures, etc., than at any time in human history. Think about it. What kind of illustrators do we have? We have editorial, advertising, product illustrators, children's book illustrators, technical illustrators, CGI illustrators. Those are just off the top of my head. There's probably another 20 or 30 that I haven't thought of. Reason number 2, you can work anywhere and still work from home. You don't have to leave home and you can work anywhere. I work with clients all around the country, sometimes even in Europe. I hardly ever meet anyone. I don't fly anywhere, I don't drive anywhere, I do a Zoom call every once in a while. I have all of these clients that I work with. Now, if you live in Denver, you don't have to work with people just in Denver. You can market yourself easily with a PDF to clients in Los Angeles, in New York, in Tampa, in Chicago, in Boston. That opens you up to a much, much larger market, and it's easy to do. So what this means to you is that there's a much higher likelihood you're going to get work if you can reach out to people all across the country. So when my clients work with me, they don't really know if I'm working out of a studio or maybe out of a Winnebago on the edge of the Arizona desert. So it's a beautiful situation to have. Now on to reason number 3. There are tons of ways that you can market yourself, where you can show your work, where you can get eyeballs. And guess what? They're all free. I love that price. There's Instagram, there's Pinterest, there's LinkedIn, that's a good one. There's YouTube, there's even TikTok, and I probably could come up with another 5 social media platforms if I wanted to, but those are obviously the big ones. They're free. I mean, it's just amazing that you can put your work out there. You can get followers or subscribers, and all of a sudden people are seeing your work. Now, reason number 4, we just talked about free marketing. There are tons of ways that you can market yourself that are almost free. They're cheap. How would you like to be able to put yourself out across the country, put your work out in front of 5,000 art directors, companies, illustrator buyers, publishers, 5,000 every month, and the cost is $60 a month. Now, that's not free, obviously, but think about it. Reaching 5,000 people that have a need for illustrators who might be interested in seeing your work, it's absolutely tremendous. I will show you some of these specific tools that I've used that have actually worked. I will also show you some of the ones that haven't worked for me so that you don't have to waste your money on those. Now for reason number 5. This is the last reason. It's a big one, and it's not one that we think of. It's not the most obvious one, but it's huge. The economy is good. The economy is strong. When the economy is strong, that means that companies and individuals and art directors, they have budgets. They have money to spend. This will not always be the case. Eventually, we will have a recession. A recession is a tough time to work as an illustrator. I've worked through some of them, and it's especially a tough time to start an illustration freelance business. So this is a great time just because people have the money to spend. They have the budgets to spend. Now, when we get to that recession, you're going to find you get into situations like this. You've been working with a client for a while. The budget's $2,200 in illustration, for example. And all of a sudden their budgets are cut, and you talk to your regular person because they have a new project, they have to do work for their magazine, whatever, and they come to you with this. They say, well, I know we've been paying you $2,200, but our budgets have been cut. Can you do this for $1,400? And you know, that's a tough situation to deal with, and one that I will talk about in a later video. But we run into all this stuff as illustrators, and this is why when the economy is strong, I especially encourage people to start developing your portfolio and start considering getting out there and actually marketing to clients. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.